Hello, students. Today is the follow up lecture from lecture number 9, in which I'll be explaining you about nested for loop. Yes, this is also one of the most important concept in programming world, right? You will find many questions that will require nested for loops and nested while loops to solve multiple coding questions, right? Okay. So for loops, nested for loops, right? Nested for loops. What do you mean by nested? Can you tell, like, what do you mean by the nested keyword? Can you tell like this? Nested means one inside the other. One inside the other. Nested means one inside the other, right? What do you mean? What do I mean by this? Suppose, if you see utensils in your kitchen, they are placed like one inside the other. Okay, like the glasses are one inside the other, stack in a one inside the other. So that is nested. Okay, so how will you implement a nested for loop? By now you have implemented a for loop which is single for loop, like plain for loop. But how will you implement a nested for loop? Let us see, right? Okay. Let us implement two separate for loops and then make them nested. And then solve a coding question to understand the use case of this nested for loop, right? Okay, cool. So okay, let me write two for loops. Let me write two for loops, right? Int I, int j, two variables for two for loops, right? For keyword I equals to 1, I less than equals to 5, I plus plus. I am hoping that you're clear with this syntax, right? Curly braces, print statements. Print statement. Suppose you have to print this I, right? Okay. And let me create another for loop with j. J equals to 1, j less than equals to 5, j plus plus. This is how you implement separate for loops when they are not nested. When they are not nested, right? Now, how will you make them nested? Simply write this for loop inside this for loop. This is what I mean by nesting. This is what I meant by nesting. You have written one for loop, internal for loop inside this external for loop. This is nested for looping, right? Okay, so let us print this pattern and solve one question to know the use case of this. I'll be explaining you that coding question very nicely so that you can get like for which purpose this nested for loop is used. Let us run it off. Okay, it is running, believe me. Oh wow. It is not looking very much readable. Let us try out with this, right? Let us try it an angle statement to make sure it is clearly visible, right? Okay. See how beautiful it is looking. See how beautiful it is looking. For every element of outer for loop, the inner loop goes 5 times, calls 5 times. For every element of outer for loop, every element calls for 5 times, right? This is how the pattern of nested for loops looks like. This is how the pattern of nested for loops looks like. So let us solve one question to get familiar with what is the use of this nested for loop, right? Okay, guys. Let me erase it off and then solve a coding question. With this coding question, you will be getting much clarity of this nested for loop. The question is count or not count or check if any duplicates occur. Check if, let me complete this. Check if in a series of numbers, any duplicates occur. I'm hoping that you have listened this duplicate word in your life, right? Duplicate means when an element occurs twice. Suppose this is a pattern. Suppose this is a pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 5, 6, 7, 5, 5, 4. So there are three duplicates that like this. One, okay, one is not occurring twice. That three is occurring twice. It means it is duplicate. This 5 is occurring twice, it is a duplicate. This 4 is occurring twice, it is a duplicate, right? That's why you have to identify duplicates, which is duplicate, or return true if it is duplicate. Anyway, the question can be asked in any form, right? Okay. So, firstly, we will do it in a Boolean way to check if any duplicates occur. Then we will be seeing it up. Okay, one is occurring here. Can one occurs here? No. One is occurring here. Can two is occurring here? Is two occurring here? No. Three is occurring here. Is any three occurs here? No. Five is occurring here. Is any 8, 9, 10, 11 among this any five here? No. Six is occurring here. Is any six is in the second range? No. 7 is occurring here. Is any 7 is occurring in the second range? No. 8 is occurring here. Yes, 8 occurs in the second range. 8 occurs in the second range. So, how will you find out this? See carefully. Listen to me carefully. For every element in loop 1 in range 1, you're checking every element of another loop. When such kind of pattern occurs, you have to use a nested for loop, right? If such kind of pattern occurs in any question, that for one element of above loop, you have to travel over the all the elements of the second range, second loop, then you have to use nested for loops concept. Because nested for loop provides you this facility that for every element of one range, you may iterate over the every element of another range. Let us code it up and see what output it will give, and then try and explain and understand each line, each thing line by line, right? Okay, let us do it. Let me comment it off so that uh, it is not considered and not give error, right? Okay. So first of all, I'll be declaring a variable int I, right? Because I'll be requiring two variables to run a for loop from 1 to 8 and inside a nested for loop from 8 to 11, right? So int I, int j, for keyword, open this parenthesis and divide it into three houses with a semicolon. In the first house, I starts from 1, semicolon, I goes up to 8, semicolon, I plus plus, right? Open curly braces, run a for loop, nested for loop, for j equals to 8 because the next is starting from 8 to 11, right? That's why. Okay, like it is not always compulsory to write print statement after every as you enter. It's your choice. It depends upon the requirement of the code. We are not requiring to print anything, right? We are requiring to check something, right? Okay, j plus plus, right? J plus plus. So what you will be doing? Can you guys tell, like, what you will be doing here? Okay, okay, cool. So how we will be going about this? You will check if I equals to j, it means you found a duplicate. See out, you found a duplicate. You found a duplicate, right? Right. Okay, you found a duplicate. And then break here. As soon as you found duplicate, break out of this for loop because you are not requiring to iterate anymore. Okay, let us run this code and see if what output it will give. Okay, what output it will give. Else, if it is not getting duplicate, you will print you have not still found a duplicate. Okay, don't worry, I'll be dry running this code line by line to make sure that you get this directly into your head, right? Let us run this off and let us see what will happen. Ooh, see the output. Firstly, it is showing you have not still found a duplicate. You have not still found a duplicate. After doing this thing, it is saying you found a duplicate at last, right? 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 Can we just copy paste this output so that I can show you where it came from, like how it came? Okay, like how this output came. Let me copy paste it to show you how this output came. Okay, I'll be making you understand this. Okay, I'm not sure if it is getting copy pasted or not. Yeah, it got copy pasted. Congratulations, right? Okay, let us see line by line how it worked and match our output with this. Okay, let me small it up. Okay, fine. Okay, so see carefully. I'll be explaining you each and everything line by line and then why this output came for that particular input, right? Okay, cool. Firstly what happened, you declared an I. Okay, you declared an J because you required two variables for two for loops, right? Then you initialize this I with 1. Okay, check. See here I'm doing dry run. See there I'm doing dry run from line number 25. See carefully. Okay. So you initialize this I with 1, check. Again the same format. Again the same format. Don't worry. Let me write the numbering here so that it is easy for you to do this. Okay. This is second. You will be doing. Then what you used to do, enter inside this loop. And you can see that, uh, okay, 1 second. In a normal for loop, what you used to do? What you used to do in a normal for loop, you used to initialize, then you used to do like this. I starts from 1, I less than equal to 10, I plus plus. Okay, bear with me for some time, right? This is the typical for loop that I taught you already. Okay, this is the typical for loop that I have told you already, right? So how the execution comes here? Firstly, you initialize something. Second, you check condition. This numbering I am writing to get you know that these are the steps in which you have to travel. Firstly, you do this. Second step is this. Third step is to enter the for loop and do whatever it's supposed you are supposed to do. Then increment. Then again initialize. Then again check. So that's why I have written this step. This is the third step and this is the fourth step. This is how a for loop works now. Agreeing with me, this is how a for loop works. Similarly, we will be going about this nested for loop. Firstly, you will initialize, then you will check the condition. If this condition falls true, you will enter this. Okay, here you are just have to print a statement, print the value of I, but here the instructions are very complex. Okay, get this as a statement like this, and this is same. In this for loop you are instructed to print the value of I, but here you are instructed to run another for loop, right? That's the difference. So third is you have to go to this J variable, right? And then fourth is again check the condition. Fifth is go inside this. Sixth is increment it. And then seventh is do like this. Seventh is this, right? This is the actual numbering, like how you will be iterating over it. When you will be carefully observing how I am doing a dry run, you will be very much clear with this syntax and how to dry run, how to read this double for loop, right? Okay, first it will be difficult, seeming difficult to you, but I'll make it easy for you, right? Let me raise it off, right? Okay, so let me dry it. Firstly, you initialized a 1, it means, okay, then check if 1 is less than equal to 8. Yes, enter this next for loop and enter inside this outer for loop, right? You will be getting another for loop. You know basically what you are doing, you are taking this one and checking in the all elements, iterating over all elements 8, 9, 10, 11 to check if this one exists. Okay, so initialize this one, checked if this 1 is less than equal to 8, entered inside the loop. It means you are here, your outer variable I is here, and you will be iterating over here. Like, okay, let me show you by this. Okay, your I variable is here. See the line number 11. See the line number 11. And your J is here. Right? J is here. Okay. See carefully. J is in line number 13. Initially, the position of I is at 1. The position of J is at 8. Right? Am I right? The position of I is at 1. At 1. And the J is at 8. This is a scenario. Okay. When you check this 1 less than equal to 8, you entered inside this for loop, and you have initialized your j with 8. Okay, j is placed at 8, correct. Now check if your j is less than equal to 11. Yes, 8 is less than equal to 11. Enter this for loop, and check if I equals to j. Is your 1, the biggest question is, your 1 equals to 8? Is your current position of I equals to current position of j? It means if your I equals to your 8. No. No. Then you enter the else part, because this condition is not true. This if condition is not true, you entered this else part and you printed, you have not still found a duplicate. See this first line, it is showing the same thing. What does it did? It compared one from first line of numbers with 8 of next sequence of numbers. Getting it? Okay, okay. So after completing this if else, you are still in this inside for loop. You have to complete it first, right? What is the sixth step? You did this fifth step, then you will go here. You will increment your j plus plus. It means your j become 9. It means, see line number 18. Your j incremented to 9. I have shifted this j to 9. Okay, your I is still at this 1, but your j is I plus plus. Move to the next. Okay, again enter this for loop. Okay, again check if your 9 is less than equal to 11. Yes, it is less than equal to 11. Enter inside this if else. Check if 9 is equal to 1, because your I is at 1, your j is at 9. So check if your 1 equals to 9. No, it is not equal. Enter this else part. It is again showing you have not still found duplicate. See this second line. It is again showing it is matching our expected result. What it compared? Quickly tell me, guys. Quickly tell me, guys, what it compared. It compared 1 from first line to 9 from second line, right? 9 from second line. Then after executing this, what is the sixth step here? It means you increment this 9 to 10. Check if 10. Okay, you increment your 9 to 10. That's why I have to do a j plus plus. I moved this j. See, I is again on the 1 and j moved to 10. It means for every element of outer loop, we have to travel every other element of the loop too, right? So j is at 10. Check if 10 is less than equal to 11. Yes. Move inside this for loop. Move inside this for loop. Check if I, which is 1, see this I, which is 1, equals to j, which is 10. No, 1 is not equal to 10. Okay, 1 is not equal to 10. It means enter this else loop. Output shown, you still not found a duplicate. What you compared? You compare 1 with 10 of next line, right? Okay, you executed this. What is the next step? J plus plus. Do a j plus plus. See if 11 less than equal to 11. Yes. Do a j plus plus. Move this j to this 11. Check. Check if 11 less than equal to 11. Yes. Move inside this if else condition. Check if 1 is equal to 11. No. Then move to the else part. Again it is showing you have not still found duplicates. This is the fourth output. Line number 39. What you compared? You compared 1 from first line to 11 from second line. Again increment it. What your I becomes? Your j, what your j becomes? J moved out of the loop. J is nothing. See here, after 11 you are having nothing, it is blank. See line number 12, it is question mark. We are not having any J now. It means you have finished with this inside for loop. Then you will move outside of this for loop. It means you have executed this. Then you will came here. What do you mean by this? It means for 1, you traveled 8, 9, 10, 11, but you haven't found any other one. You traveled entire 8, 9, 10, 10, 11, but you haven't found one. Then increment your I, because for 1 you have traveled iterated over this entire sequence of elements. Then move your outer for loop to 2, repeat the same steps with 2. Let me show you, and then for 3, 4, 5 you will think yourself, and then for 8 I am showing. Okay, otherwise the video will be too long, right? Okay, and this is your homework. I will be iterating over 2. You have to iterate over 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 and realize this, dry run this. And for 8 I am showing, because for 8 you will be matching, your output will be matching, right? Okay, for 2 your I is at 2. When your I is at 2, check if your 2 less than equal to 8. Yes, initialize this J again with 8. It means erase it from here, move start from here. It means for 2 also you have to iterate over this entire set of elements to check if any 2 is there or not, right? Okay, J is again reset it to the 8, because it is demanded by this entire inside for loop, because J and again initializing with 8. Check if this 8 is less than equal to 11. Yes, it is less than equal to 11. Move inside this. Check if your I equals to J. Which is your I? Your I is 2. Which is your J? Your J is 8. Check if 2 is equal to 8. No, it is not. Enter the else part and print C out. You are not still finding a duplicate. Then do a J plus plus. Your 8 will become 9. See if 9 is less than equal to 11. Yes. Move inside. See, your J moved here, right? See if I equals to J. If this 2 equals to this 9. No, it is not. No, it is not. What will you do? What will you do? You will enter the cells part and print you have not still found a duplicate. Again do a J plus plus. It means your J will be shifted to here 10. Check if 10 is less than equal to 11. Yes. Enter this for loop. See if your I, which is your 2, see my cursor, equals to your J. It means your 10. If 2 is equal to 10, no, it is not. Move this inside else part. Print, you have not still found a duplicate. Do a J plus plus. Do a J plus plus. Come to 11. See if 11 is less than equal to 11. Yes. See if your 1 is equal, your 2, because I is 2 now. Your 2 is equal to 11. No, it is not. Go to this else part. Still print. You have not still found a duplicate, right? Then when you do a J plus plus again, you will move out of this loop sequence. Okay. Then after moving out, what you will do? What will you do? Tell me quickly, what will you do? You will increment this I plus plus. It means now your I will shift it to 3 and J will be getting resetted back to 8. Okay. Try the same for 3. Check for 3. If 8 matches 3, no. Move J plus plus. Check. If this 3 matches this 9, no. Move this J plus plus. Check if this 3 matches this 10. It is not. Move this J. Move this J to 11. Check if this 3 matches this 11. No. Move out of the loop. Move your I plus plus. Again reset your J back to 8. Check if this 4 matches this 8. No. Move your J. Move your J. Check if this 4 matches this 9. No, move your J. Check if this your 4 matches your 10. No, it is not equal. Move your J. Check if check if 4 matches your 11. No, it is not. Move the J out of the loop. Move this I. Again, reset this J to 8. Check if 5 matches your 8. No, move your J plus plus. Check if 5 matches your 9. No, it is not matching. Move your J plus plus. Check if your 5 matches this 10. No, it is not. Move your J plus plus. Check if your 11 matches your 5. No, move J plus plus. Your J will out of the loop. Increment your I and again reset this J to 8 to check it with 6, right? See the try run. Check your 6 with your 8. If it matches, no, move your J plus plus. Check your 6 if it is matching with 9. No, move your J. Check if this 6 matches with your 10. No, move your J again. Move your J. Check if this 6 matches your 11. No, it is not matching. Move this J out of the loop. Increment. We are very closer to finding the duplicate. We just have reached 7. Okay. Okay. Reset back this J to 8. Because for 7 also you have to iterate entire loop, second loop. Check if this 7 matches this 8. No, it is not matching. Move your J. Check if your 7 matches this 9. No, it is not matching. Move your J. Check if your 7 matches your 10. No, it is not. Move your J. Check if your 7 matches your 11. No, it is not matching. Move your J. It will become out of the loop. It will go out of the loop. Shift your I to 8. Reset your J. Check if 8 matches your 8. Yes. If your I matches your J, you will see out you found a duplicate and break out of the loop. It means you will not be checking this 8 with this 9, 10, and 11 any more elements because your aim and objective is completed. You successfully found the duplicate. What a nested for loop do? For every element of the first loop, it loop over every element of this second for loop. This is the entire purpose of a nested for loop, students. This is the entire purpose. Okay, this is the entire purpose. Okay. Suppose, let me give you an example to make it more clear to you. Here I have taken two loops 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 8, 9, 10, 11, right? Suppose if in this sequence of number you have to find duplicate. Suppose I have one here. How will you check duplicate in this one line? Tell me quickly. Tell me quickly how will you find duplicate here? I'm not asking you to code. I'm just asking you, can you think in your mind what kind of dry run you will do? Let me zoom it up and show you the dry run. See carefully, okay? You will put your I pointer here variable and J pointer here. How will you do within one sequence of elements? Earlier you took two series of elements 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 7, 8, and 8 to 11, right? But now I'm giving you one sequence to check if duplicates is there. Check this one with entire remaining elements. With entire remaining elements, if there is any one existing in the remaining elements. If for this two, check in the remaining elements if there any two still exist. Suppose there is two. Okay. Check for this 3 in the remaining elements from 4, 5 to 7 if there exist. So how will you do that? Put your I pointer at 1, put your J pointer at I plus 1. This is I plus 1 now, 1 ahead of I, right? Okay. Check if 1 equals to this 2. No, it is not. Move your J pointer. Check if this 1 equals to this 3. No, move your J pointer. Check if this 1 equals to this 4. No, it is not. Move your J pointer. Check if this 1 equals to 5. No, move your J pointer. Check if this I equals to this 2. Move your J pointer. Check if your 1 equals to 7. No, it is not. Still move J pointer to check for further elements. Is your 8 matches with this one? No. Move your J. J will come out of the loop. When it will come, increment of your I and reset your J to 3. Why? Because for 2 you have to start checking it from 3. Check if your 2 equals to 3. No, move your j pointer. Check if your 2 equals to 4. No, move your j pointer. Check if your 2 equals to 5. No, it is not. Move your j pointer. Check if your I equals to this 2. Yes, yes, guys, it is equal, right? It is becoming equal. So, what you will do here? What you will do here? Think on it, right? What you will do here? You will break out of the loop. You will say openly, yes, 2 is a duplicate. We have found a duplicate for 2. Break out of the loop. Break. Okay, break. This is how you do dry run. Again, simply telling when you use nested loops, right? When for one element you have to iterate over rest of the elements, other sequence of elements, then you always use a nested for or while loop. You know what this nested while loop or for loop does? It waits for this one element and check for the rest of the elements. When you will not found any one, then it will move to the second element and check the rest of the elements for it, right? So nested for loop will wait for the first element and until it has iterated over this remaining elements. This is the purpose of a nested for loop, right? Okay. Are you clear with this question? My doubt. Are you clear with this question? So many you have not still found a duplicate, and at last you finally found a duplicate, right? I have shown you the dry run for each. Okay. This one is compared 4 times. This one is compared 4 times. In the next 4 lines, 2 will be compared. In the next 4 lines, 3 will be compared with 8, 9, 10, 11. Then next 4 line, 4 will be compared. In the next 4 lines, 5 will be compared. In the next 4 lines, 6. In the next 4 lines, 7. And then finally, you found a duplicate for 8, right? This is how it would have worked. But I have not written entire thing. I thought you understood, right? So this is the entire lecture. Your homework is, I have given you an homework. I'm willing to give you an homework. Your homework is try the same question using while loop. Very important, student. This nested for loop and while loop are more oftenly used in coding questions. While loop, okay? Try this same question with the nested while loop. Same way. You have to do same way. One loop inside the other, right? Same. This is your homework. Explore it over Google or anything like. Do it. Dry run it. Take the syntax from Google. Do it. Same way. And it is not even required to take the syntax from Google because I have very clearly taught you how do you write a for loop, a while loop. Okay? Put write two while loops separately, put one inside the other and check for these. Okay. Okay, so this is up for this video, guys. I hope you have understood the dry run. If not, I can take your doubts if asked by the team. Okay, so I wish you all the best. Go through this, dry run it yourself, and definitely you will be getting it one day, right? Okay, keep practicing. Thank you. All the best.